everyone's talking about the Nassau Morning Madhouse.
Starting your day with people just like you.
On the voice of Nassau Community College.
90.3 WHPC.
My name is Felicia, by the way, and I'm here with Jamie Levine and Big Ed. So, have you guys ever been so distracted or have witnessed somebody being so distracted by their phones that something ridiculous has happened?
Of course.
Yeah, because there was a lady who was texting and walking. She was an older woman, too, so it's not even like it's millennials or anything. She's an older woman, and she was texting and walking, not even texting and driving, and she fell 6 feet into an open basement in the sidewalk. So my question, like I said, was, tell me about an incident, that's happened recently or has happened ever where it's either you or somebody has done something ridiculous where they hurt themselves texting.
Well, just the other day, I walked outside, my truck's parked in the street, and I had to go get something out of it, and there's a kid riding a bike. I see him coming down the block. He's riding right along the side of the curb. My truck is right there, and he's not paying any attention, looking up at all, because he's texting somebody on his phone while riding his bike. He missed hitting. If I didn't yell, hey, watch out, he would have slammed right into the back of my truck.
Really? He was a young kid?
Yeah, about 16, 17 years old.
Texting and driving.
Riding a bicycle.
Bike.
Yep. Then there's, of course, there's the famous story of somebody was walking in Manhattan, and there was an open manhole cover. They were doing road work, and the person was walking along, texting, whoosh, right down the manhole cover.
Wow.
That's scary.
That's actually really scary.
Wake up and stop texting!
See, I don't walk and text. I mean, I do, but I always have to glance up, to make sure that I'm going the right way or something like that. But I have walked into a tree branch or something once in a while.
You get yourself clotheslined.
Yeah, it's happened before. But I'm not, has it ever happened to you, or do you know anybody who's ever, walked into something or fell when they were texting and walking on?
Not really. I just think it's really rude when I'm having a conversation and then they're acting that they're listening to me.
They go,
and then I go,
mm-hmm.
and then I'm looking at them. I go, you heard me, right? And they go, actually, no. Can you repeat that whole thing? And I'm like, why? Why couldn't you listen to me the first time?
No, that's the absolute rudest thing in the world. Is if you're talking to somebody, like you said, and they're texting on their phone, not paying any attention.
Yeah, that happens.
There are people, you go to restaurants now, and you used to sit in a diner and people would interact with each other in a booth. You now take a look around next time you're in a diner and see what people are doing while they're before in a booth eating.
All my friends do that.
I'm
We're
guilty
all in a
of
group
that
chat.
sometimes.
Nobody's talking to each other
at the table.
Yeah, sometimes we're just sending voice messages while we're together, and I'm like, why are we doing this? We're literally looking at each other.
Yeah.
Why aren't we talking face to face?
They'll text each other across the table. I'm like, hello, right here.
I've had Snapchat is so funny because I was at a dinner for my grandfather, and it was we're young, so my cousins were Snapchatting. I don't get it. Why can't you just put your phone down for 1 second and just focus on the present time? There's nothing that important that you can't glance up once in a while to look at something that's going on. So I've never fallen down a manhole or anything like that. So I think I'm doing pretty good. Who's actually worse at this is you don't have a phone, so you don't even deal with this. You have
I have a flip phone.
Yeah, so that's not even an issue for you. But I know my parents are really, really bad with that too. My mom, they're worse. They're adults who are worse than kids.
My mom
with
is like
the phones.
And you know what? She's constantly on it, and I know she's listening right now. And she's always
They're
texting, and then I'm talking to her, and then I'm like, Mom. And then she's like, what?
The worst.
What? I'm on Facebook. And I'm like, I'm here. I need to ask you a question.
That's so true. My mom is always like, okay, well, all these young kids are always so engraved and so interested in their phones, but adults like that lady who fell down the basement, she was an older woman. So I think it's everybody who's kind of addicted to their phones nowadays, because that's just how it is, I guess. You have any other instances? I'm thinking that's it right now for me. Like I said, I walked into a couple of, I had a friend who walked into a pole. That happened, but I'm not that super interested in my phone where I need to be on it 24/7. But I think there's a problem.
There is a problem, believe
sometimes. Me. But as she's okay, so that's all that matters.
We should have a day where everybody has to shut their phones completely off. Actually, you know what they should do? They should have one day a year where every cell tower gets shut down. except for emergency calls. The only calls that can be made are 911 calls.
There would be riots.
And you want to see this world crumble? People will lose their minds. I mean, you got to think about it. 20 years ago, all right, maybe 25, 30 years ago, nobody had a cell phone.
No, you know what they do?
We all lived fine.
No, you know what they do if they knew that day was coming up? They'd be like, all right, guys, we know that this day, let's say it was like tomorrow, it was, what's tomorrow? Like June 13th, they'd be like, all right, guys, let's make plans so we know what's going down before. So, like, we don't even have to call each other. We just know what's going on. We meet here at this time, right here. If you're not there, then oh well.
That would never happen, though. I doubt it, because people are too into their phones.
I know.
But let's just hope none of us fall down any pits or anything.
Every morning is a party.
And this is your official invite.
The NASA Morning Madhouse is on
90.3 WHPC.
Do you guys think that manspreading is an issue?
Wait a minute.
Can you explain that?
Yeah, please.
That's what you guys don't know what manspreading is?
I think I
that is
do.
when like you're on public transportation and some guy just decides to open his legs the widest that he can for no apparent reason whatsoever.
Oh, yeah, and then I saw there was a video where, like, this guy had his legs really wide open, and it took up, like, 2 spaces, because, like, each leg took up a space, and, like, 2 people couldn't sit down.
Madrid actually has a law that's, I guess, banning manspreading on public transportation, which is very interesting. So, do you guys think that,
Listen, I rode the trains for 15 years. People are the rudest. You want to rip the hair out of your head. If you have to travel back and forth to the city every day, no wonder why the stress level is so high. You get on these trains, people are there's stuff all over the seats. There's nowhere to sit. Everybody's crammed in there like sardines. Then you get the people on their cell phones having conversations at this level because they can't hear because they're on the train. And you're like, will you shut up? And you really have like this much patience. I don't know.
I know.
There are some people that actually like riding the train, and I've met many of them, but I absolutely hated it. I was so glad when I got laid off from my job and I didn't have to take the train anymore. You don't understand. It was like the biggest relief in the world.
So happy right now. Yeah.
But people will do that. They'll sit there. They'll spread out. They stick their legs out.
Oh,
They put their stuff in the aisle. You can't get by.
Yeah.
They got their laptop or whatever they have on the seat next to them. And then, you're all standing and you're like, hello, can we possibly sit? Oh, no, this seat's safe for somebody. Meanwhile, you ride the train the whole way out. And nobody ever sits in that seat because this guy's got his crap piled up all over
He's
it.
just lying. He just wants to take it up for himself. He's being selfish.
Do you think it should be a law, though?
Actually,
because we should make it a law over here, manspreading. I think...
I saw... Sorry to cut you off. But, I thought that... okay, let me rephrase that. So, there was, a day dedicated to doing that, I think.
What?
I saw it on Facebook.
Oh my!
I think one of my friends tried to participate in it, where you just get on the train and you just do that. You just keep your legs open on the train.
I know that there was a video that people experimented women doing it because I usually only see men doing it.
Because
and I'll
it's
be on
not
the bus.
ladylike.
I'll be on the bus, and if I sit next to a woman, we both kind of have that general okay, we both want to be comfortable, so we'll try to limit our space or whatever. But if a guy sits next to me, he's just widespread, and I don't even understand why. I'm like, why do you need that much space for?
They don't. They just want to have that space just in case they need it. But God forbid the person next to you needs space. No.
Yeah.
No.
Do you do that?
No. Here's another absolutely sickening, disgusting thing people do on public transportation. Their personal grooming. Clipping their nails, shaving, putting on makeup. It's like, look, you people just need to stop. They have bathrooms and houses for you to do this stuff. Don't come on the train and be clipping your finger, or I've seen people clip their toenails on the train.
Ew.
And
no.
I'm like, you've got to be
I've never seen that.
Kidding. Oh, I've seen it.
I don't go on the train that often. I take the bus, so there's not really that much room for people to be clipping their toenails.
I've seen anything that can be done on a train. I've seen it. And that too.
Ew, I can't get over that.
Yeah,
Ew.
I'm still thinking about it. So, manspreading, yes?
No.
I mean, no to manspreading.
This show will actually make you want to sign up for those early morning classes.
You won't want to miss a moment of the NASA Morning Madhouse.
90.3 WHPC.
Sean, who's doing the news, has a question that he wants to ask. So, go ahead, Sean.
All right, very important question. Okay, there's no important question. There's no question more important than this right now at this moment. Okay, when you go out to eat at a restaurant, and the restaurant, what?
Nothing. Go ahead.
I'm being dramatic?
No.
How dare you say I'm being dramatic?
kidding.
When
Go
you go
ahead.
out to eat at a restaurant and they put bread on the table, like a restaurant,
Yeah.
let's say a Red Lobster or a diner even putting bread on the table, are you the type of person that goes right for the bread and grabs it and has to have it right away? Or do you let it sit there and never even touch it?
I don't know who sits and lets bread just
It depends.
get cold.
What does it depend
No.
on?
Depends on how hungry I am. Like, if I want to wait because I know I'm going to get full, then I'm not going to touch the bread. But if I don't care and I want bread, I'm going to get bread.
How can you avoid touching the bread?
Because it depends.
If I go to Red Lobsters, I'm not going to let
go
the
for
bread
it right
get
away.
cold. No.
Instant, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Olive Garden brings those breadsticks out.
Oh.
They're hot. You got to eat them right then and there.
Unbelievable. Well, this past weekend, I went out to eat at a fancy restaurant with my wife. We were celebrating our 15th wedding anniversary.
All right. Happy anniversary to you.
I'm not sure I was happy. No, I'm kidding. But we went out to Rothman Steakhouse in East Norwich, a very nice steakhouse
There you go.
that give you these really nice, big, gigantic, salty rolls that are outstanding. Okay? And of course, the rolls come to the table. I instantly open up that basket and I grab it. But next to me is a table of 6 people. Okay? And I'm staring right at them. And they get their bread when they sat down. And I kid you not one of the 6 people touched the bread. In fact, they gave it back to the waiter when their food
What?
came. And I'm dumbfounded.
You don't give away.
You're getting free bread, or you're paying for it as part of your meal. How could you not? Like, the bread is the best part of the meal. Jamie, every time you eat out and they give you bread, from now on, you must eat one. It's my rule. You have to.
I have to follow it.
I will fire you on the spot if I find out you give up bread again.
All right. I'll do
Seriously,
it.
especially if you go to like a Red Lobster. How good are those biscuits, Felicia?
We have
Those
actually a box
biscuits
at
are
home.
so good.
We have a box that we can. You know how they sell them in the stores.
Yes,
we
you
haven't
can
made
make
them
it.
yet, but they're just sitting there. So I'm gonna make it since you're talking about bread and
I
I'm
know.
hungry.
And we
I have
can go
to
to
do
like
it.
Texas Roadhouse and the cinnamon butter. Like, I'll just take diner bread with diner butter. If you're giving me free bread, I'm
so
going to
funny.
eat it.
Oh, yeah.
We were at the Cheesecake Factory, and my mom was just going in on the bread, and I was just looking at her like, "What are you?"
Cheesecake Factory
that's
is
such good
bread.
bread.
She was. I mean, I'm not a bread person, so I do Red Lobster, but like regular bread, I don't know. I'm not a fan of like just bread.
If they're giving you free bread, you eat
Yeah,
it.
I think you
The
should.
brown bread kind of scares me a bit because, like,
The brown bread.
what else do you call it?
You're a bread racist.
No, I just sometimes I'm scared it's not
scares
going to
her.
taste like regular bread. Sometimes it might have flavor,
You're right.
and I don't want the flavor. I
It
just
does
want
have
plain
flavor,
bread.
really good flavor. Stick some butter on it; it's delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So-
what if it has like this like seasoning, like those seeds on it, and it gives
No,
it like, this
that's-
weird
It does have the
flavor.
seeds on it.
It
the brown
does,
bread.
but it's really
It's good though.
I don't know.
Try it.
I like plain bread.
Me too, but I like seasoned bread too. Try it.
Something-
It's like
okay.
pumpernickel or something.
Pumpernickel,
like that.
yeah.
It's
Rye
delicious.
toast is great.
Do you go to a bagel place and only order the plain
No, sometimes they
No,
get
that's
what are those, like the cinnamon ones?
cinnamon raisin?
Yeah, that, and then they have what is that one? There's like sesame
Sesame
ones. Not
seeds.
really. I don't get that.
I don't know. You're bringing down the ruin.
What
Jamie.
about-
Salt
Just
bagel.
eat the bread.
What about the that
Just
big
eat the
one?
bread.
What about like that rainbow bagel and like the rainbow cream
It's
cheese
still
stuff? That was good.
That's just a plain. That's a plain bagel
hey,
with food
it
coloring.
was colorful.
But it's food coloring. You can't taste
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
it. I'm done with you, Jamie. Eat bread.
Taste the rainbow,
bread.
all right?
Okay,
Felicia, if you make those biscuits tonight, bring some in tomorrow.
I'll do that.
We'll
all right,
eat it all in
Sean.
Buenos dias. Bonjour.
Boker Tov.
No matter how you say it, it's going to be a good morning.
Thanks to the Nassau Morning Madhouse.
90.3 WHPC.
So we're gonna play a game because this is what we do on Monday mornings. This is the fun part of this thing here. So I'm gonna tell you guys. I'm gonna spell out a word because usually we pronounce words wrong. I'm guessing, and so this game is you're gonna guess how it's pronounced, and I'm gonna tell you the real way it's pronounced. Hopefully you get it right, but most of the time, I guess it's wrong. So the first word is I'm gonna spell it out. Here we go. F-E-B-R.
Wait.
F-E-B-R.
F-E-B-R.
U-A-R-Y.
Oh.
February.
No. It's pronounced February. Like with the R. Like we always take out, I guess, the R out of it.
I'm done.
It's like
You are correct.
it's
You know
not
why?
supposed to sound like January. It's like
I
February. It's so weird, and that's my
No,
birthday.
you're exactly right, because a
My
program
what?
director years ago used to come in the studio and scream at everybody when we'd say it that way. They'd be like, it's not pronounced like that, but everybody always says February. It's like...
That's really sad because my birthday is in February.
Mine
and
too.
February.
Yeah.
Aquarius?
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you?
I'm an Aries.
What month is that?
March.
Okay. Oh, you're right there. Okay, so we're all kind of next to each other. I don't know how I did